Namo Buddhaya. Once again, welcome to you. Today we are going to talk about a simile of Veena lute, by which Bhagavan Buddha explained how to practice. This is one of my favorite similes. The sutta is from Anguttara Nikaya, chapter of 6, 55th sutta. On occasion, Bhagavan Buddha was dwelling at Rajagaha on the Vulture Peak. At that occasion, Venerable Soņa was also dwelling at Rajagaha, but in a different place, Cool Grove, Sitavana, cool forest in the car. Then, when Soņa was alone in seclusion, one thought came in his mind. I am one of the greatest disciples, most energetic disciples of the Bhagavan Buddha. I am practicing so vigorously, but my mind has not liberated yet. Although he was practicing so vigorously, with full of energy, but he could not liberate from taints, non-clinging. So he thought, he was actually, before becoming a monk, he was some multi-millionaire. His father was Usabha Sethi. He has got 20 crores at that time. So he left those properties and become a monk. Now, although he is vigorously practicing, could not progress in the path of the Dhamma. So he decided, why don't I go back to my lay life and do some meritorious deeds like dana, offerings, and all those things. No, it is not possible to become an arhat like this. Whenever he got this thought, Bhagavan Buddha came to know about his way of thinking. He immediately, in the sutta, it is described like a person who stretched his arm or he retracted his arm. In that time, Bhagavan Buddha reached to Venerable Soņa. At the time, every monk was prepared a seat for Bhagavan Buddha also. So Bhagavan Buddha sat on that seat and he asked him, oh Soņa, your thoughts are like that. Although I am a most energetic disciple, but I could not achieve liberation, then why can't I go to lay life and do some meritorious deeds? Is it true? Soņa said, yes, Bhante. Then Bhagavan Buddha asked, so before becoming a monk, you were an expert in Veena lute, isn't it? Yes, Bhante. I was an expert in Veena lute. When the strings are too tight, was your lute well tuned and easy to play? If strings of the Veena are so tight, could you get music? Is it easy to play? No, Bhante. When its strings are too tight, we can't play music. Okay then. What about if the strings are too loose? Can you play music? The Soņa replied, no, Bhante. When its strings were too loose, I can't play music. Anybody can't play music. But Soņa, when its strings were neither too tight nor too loose, when adjusted to a balanced pitch, was your lute well tuned and easy to play? Yes, Bhante. In the third condition, in the third case, we can play beautiful music. So too, Soņa, if energy is aroused too forcefully, this leads to restlessness. If you put more energy, I want. You practice more. Also leads to restlessness. You can't achieve whatever you desire. And if energy is too lax, it leads to laziness. If it is Veena is too tight, it won't play music. It is too loose also, you can't play music. You have to strike balance between these things. Similarly, for application of energy, if you apply forcefully, it leads to restlessness. You can't achieve whatever you want. If your energy is too lax also, it leads to laziness. You can't achieve your goal. So, resolve a balance of energy, achieve awareness of the spiritual faculties, and take up object there. Now, strike a balance. Don't work too hard, too lax. Just you find a balance like that. Then we told, yes, Bhante. The Venerable Soņa replied, when the Blessed One had finished giving his Dhamma talk, he again, similar manner, went to his place, Vulture Peak, from cool forest, cool grove. Then some time later, the Venerable Soņa resolved on a balance of energy. See, it also takes some time to find the balance. So after some time, he could able to get that balance of energy, achieved evenness in spiritual faculties, and took up object there, dwelling alone, withdrawn, heedful, ardent, and resolute. In no long time, the Venerable Soņa realized for himself the direct knowledge. Now, he achieved the direct knowledge. See, knowledge is two kinds. We can also listen and get the knowledge. This one is direct knowledge. No confusion, no belief system. We know it by ourselves. That is direct knowledge. In this very life, and he achieved the final goal. Usually, those clansmen who left their homes and became monks, their purpose is now fulfilled. Oh, all my tents are destroyed. Now I have achieved my goal. And Venerable Soņa, after that, became one of the Arhants. Arhants means the purest one, who removed all taints. This is actually target of our monks and lay people also. Having attained Arhantship, the Venerable Soņa thought, let me go to the Blessed One and declare my final knowledge. I will go to Bhagavan Buddha and tell him that I have achieved this thing. Then he approached Bhagavan Buddha, paid homage to him, sat down on one side and said, Bhante, I became Arhan, one whose tents are destroyed, who has lived the spiritual life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached his own goal, utterly destroyed the fetters of existence and become completely liberated through final knowledge. These are all actually qualities of the Arhantship. So you can see from there, here also. So, destruction of craving, destruction of clinging, and non-confusion. So, he's again continuing, Bhante, some Venerable may think like this. Could it be this Venerable one is intent upon renunciation on account of mere faith? So, dedication to renunciation because of only faith. But that is not true. A bhikkhu with tents destroyed, who has lived a spiritual life, done his task, does not see himself anything further. He hasn't got any, need not any faith to dedicate to renunciation because he has destroyed three major fetters: craving, aversion, and delusion. So some may think that Venerable, this one, intent upon the solitude because he is hankering after gain, honor, and praise. He is dedicated to solitude because he wants to get some gains, honor, labha satkara. So that is also not true because he has destroyed all these craving, aversion, and delusion. And some may think, some Venerable may think like this: his dedication to non-violence or non-affliction. This is also for sake of behavior and observances, sila bata paramasa. But that is also not true because he has achieved for the sake of, see, he hasn't got any interest in all those things. He has destroyed craving, aversion, and delusion. Means no need to do anything. Usually we do things out of these things only. Craving, if we want, we do. If we don't want, we go far away from those things. Or out of delusion, we do. But he has destroyed all those things. So, sole purpose is not for gains, not for losses, not for sensual desires, all those. Similarly, destruction of craving also through these things: destruction of craving, aversion, and delusion. So, like this, after becoming an Arahant, he dedicated his life to these things. First one, renunciation. No, you don't want to get anything from this life and family life, nothing. And dedication towards solitude and dedication towards non-affliction, no animosity towards anyone, dedication towards destruction of craving, dedication to the destruction of clinging also, nothing, and dedication to non-confusion. Non-confusion means clarity is there. He has destroyed delusion too. Now, the Soņa Bhante is also giving explanation for this thing. See, when we see forms cognizable with I, our mind lose balance. So tempting things will appear. They dominate us. They actually drive us to whatever they want. Forms drive us. But here in case, you won't react to those drives. His mind is full of balance. After that, it passes away. So, we should not react. Only Arhants can achieve this. They see things, whether it is forms are good or bad, they won't react to them. They don't allow their mind to shake. Eventually, they pass away. Similarly, sounds also, similarly, odors also, tastes also, or tactile objects also, and phenomena also, mental, these things are called salayatana, 6 senses. Actually, those drivers, according to their will and wish, we operate. So, in the case of Arahant, they won't react to them. They will equally poison with balance of mind. So these things won't shake them. Soņa Bhante given one example like that. Very big stone, mountain-like stone, won't shake with the all rainstorms from all the directions. Similarly, Arhant will not affect with those things. So these are all the 6 qualities. Bhagavan Buddha has given him the beautiful simile. This is also applicable for real life, in our lives also. See, if you are a student, this is applicable for you. Don't put too much energy or too lack of energy. Both doesn't lead us to our goals. So this, I hope you remember this lute example, strings of the lute examples, and apply it so that you may reach your goals. May all beings be happy. With this, I conclude this program. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu sadhu sadhu.